Well, we did a survey with the IMD in which we showed in 2015 that 40% of all current leaders in any industry around the world will be displaced by 2020. So that means 4 out of 10 leaders will no longer be leaders in different industries in only 5 years. We did a follow-up survey in June of this year, and the rhythm of digital disruption is only accelerating. So we call it the digital vortex because it's moving very, very fast. We've seen disruption happening. The main industries it's happening is in technology, then media, then retail, and then financial services. So you see that right now digital disruption needs to be at the board level in most companies. In 2015, only 25% of companies had this in their boards. In 2017, 83% of companies have digital disruption, digital transformation at the board level. So we see a big evolution happening today around this topic. Well, we're seeing an increasingly sophisticated threat happening around the world. And we've seen recent examples of malware and phishing that have been very public in the media. We also see a world that's going to 50 billion connected devices in 2020 and 500 billion in 2030. So you can imagine the perimeter, the size of the threat becomes bigger in this world. We're also seeing a world where most companies are approaching security in a fragmented way. Many companies believe that just by encrypting the data that goes on the network, that's enough. But people connect to Wi-Fi all over the world. They might not be secured. People send information, all kinds of information. There's an increasingly sophisticated phishing. So we see security needs to be end-to-end, an end-to-end approach to security. So the World Economic Forum estimates that 1/3 of the things that any person does today in their job will be irrelevant in 3 years. That means that people not only have to adapt to the world of new, digital transformation, but also what you're doing today in the same job will change a lot over the next 3 years. What that means is that people need to skill up not only on new things, but actually on the job they're performing today. So yes, we need to really increase skill capability in every industry around the world. What we're doing about it is we have a program called Networking Academy, and we've trained almost 8 million people around the world in the 20 years that it's been available. And right now we're training 400,000 people in Europe this year, 2017, to make sure that they have the right capabilities to work in this, in this kind of ecosystem of digital transformation, digital disruption. If you can imagine, the network is very different in the future than it is today. 50 billion devices connected. So we have the IT departments in most companies have to go from managing just a few hundred devices to millions of devices. And so you need a different network, a network that is capable of, processing information in a very simple way, in an intuitive way. We like to say that the network needs to be able to learn with artificial intelligence and be informed by context and powered by the intent of the company. What that means is that all these devices will generate a lot of information that companies need to decide on. And that information, those decisions will be made, many of them at the edge. So the network needs to have intelligence. It needs to be able to predict behaviors and predict actions and be part of the business process of the company.